An extremely violent man has escaped from prison in Pennsylvania. And I was paying attention to this story and something stood out to me that I want to share with you. So that's what we're going to talk about here today. So welcome back to the Therapist React series. Of course, I'm Elliott Connie and I'm a licensed psychotherapist. And in this series, I bring to you the psychological aspects of popular news stories from the news, from pop culture, from whatever, because there's always a lot to learn. I want to share with you the things that I think will make your life better. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like this video, and I hope you get something from it. So let me tell you what happened. So there's a man who is a convicted murderer. He stabbed his girlfriend 30 plus times in front of her children and was arrested, convicted, and sentenced to life in prison a couple of weeks ago, maybe even a week ago. And he escaped like a day ago. The prison isn't disclosing how he escaped, but there is tons of alarmingness happening in Pennsylvania. Apparently he's from an area, he's got family in an area called Phoenixville, Pennsylvania, and everybody there is super duper worried. So let me kind of explain something here. Why everybody's so worried, and I keep hearing this on the news, is he's a man with nothing to lose and he's got a lot of desperation. And I heard that and I thought, holy cow, like that's really important. And I wanted to address that because people who are that desperate with nothing to lose are extremely dangerous. And they're extremely dangerous because there's no fear. I have no fear of consequence because I've already been given all of the consequences imaginable. So this man is very, very dangerous. He's a small man. He's 5 feet tall. He weighs 120 pounds, but he's a very, very violent man and has already taken somebody's life in broad daylight. The murder that he was convicted of happened in the middle of the day. It happened in front of people, this woman's kids. So it just made me want to share like how important it is to be aware of danger when someone has nothing to lose. When you have that level of desperation, you become a version of yourself that you are not usually capable of. And this can be positive or negative. There are many, many stories where people can literally tap into superpowers when they have a level of desperation and do magnificent things. Like if you are injured, for example, and you really want to play a sporting event, like you're a professional athlete, you do things out of desperation that you would not have been capable of before. Athletes often talk about how they hurt a body part and it didn't hurt until after the game because they were in such a level of desperation for wanting to participate and become victorious in the game that they didn't really feel the pain. But that also can be super negative. You can become a very violent version of yourself if your desperation is associated with your freedom, for example. This man has already lost his freedom. This man has already been given a life sentence. And who knows what I don't know if he escaped from prison to try to become free, if he wants to leave the country and just avoid his prison sentence, or maybe he wants to take revenge on the people that he thinks are responsible for putting him in this situation, like who knows? But when someone is desperate, they have an increased ability to do extreme things, be it positive or negative. The reason this is so important is because you can actually activate this in yourself in a positive way by being desperate to succeed. Oftentimes we associate this with like knowing your why, like understanding why you want to do something. Like I'm so desperate, I want to make $1 million so I can take care of my family. Like those things actually activate positive things in you. But in this case, obviously, it's super duper negative and it's going to cause him to take a risk. The risk associated with getting out of prison, the risk associated with staying out of prison, and whatever extreme things he's going to be doing. Usually, in these sorts of situations, and I believe this will be the case here, it will end tragically. Because of this level of desperation, he will not go down easily and it will end tragically. They will eventually find him per the pattern. No way of knowing that in this particular scenario, but they will eventually find him per the pattern. And I believe it will come to a violent and tragic end. I hope no police officers or nobody else gets themselves into harm's way when they eventually catch him and try to arrest him and bring him back to prison. But I do not believe he will go back to prison easily. I believe it will come down to a violent and potentially tragic end for this prisoner, because that's what desperation does. So that's not my wish, by the way. I hope nobody gets harmed. I hope everybody is safe. I hope this man is returned to prison without any further loss of life, without any harm or injury coming to anybody, including himself. But I do know we have to be ready and prepared to hear really, really tragic news, because that's what typically happens. So if you were asking me for my prediction, that would be my prediction. I anticipate this will come to a violent and tragic end for this prisoner and end with his loss of life, but we'll see. That's not my wish. I hope everybody can be okay, and I hope everybody will be all right. But the reason I wanted you to hear this is because we really become capable of so much when we're in a sense of desperation that could be positive or negative. So make sure when you find yourself in a desperate position, you use it to accomplish positive things and not negative things. So thanks for watching this video. I'd love to hear your thoughts, so please leave a comment on this video, like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click the notification bell so you get notified every single time we post a video, which is each and every day, Monday through Friday. Thank you for watching. Love y'all. Can't wait to see you in the next video.